Thanks for watching AIM Northwest. Well, is your life filled with chaos? Are you allowing circumstances to hold you back? An ancient code of honor may hold the key that you need to live a life of courage. Here to share how, we welcome the author of Let the Samurai Be Your Guide, Lori Tsugawa Whaley. Good to have you with us, Lori. So let me ask you. Yeah, so you're descended from a line of samurai warriors, right?
Yes, I am.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I watched the movie The Last Samurai, and I just felt this connection with it. So I asked my father, I said, do we have samurai blood? He goes, oh yes, your grandfather was part of the Japanese cavalry before he came to the United States.
That is fascinating. And they lived by a code, right?
Yes.
A code of honor, integrity, and all of that. But let's talk a little bit about how it affected you. As a child, you had traumatic brain injury?
Actually, that happened when I was an adult.
Okay.
But growing up, I was bullied and teased, and I didn't like being Japanese, but now...
Well, that was not the time to be Japanese at that time, right?
It wasn't. And then fast forward, got married, and then in my middle age, I was in 2 accidents, rear-ended twice.
Wow.
And the second one, I knew something was wrong with my head because I didn't think clearly, and come to find out, I did have traumatic brain injury, reading at a 7th grade level.
Wow. So how did you help yourself using the code of the samurai?
I used all of them: courage, integrity, benevolence, respect, honor, honesty, and loyalty. And I added one in my book. It's called Gambate. Try your hardest, do your best, never give up, and go for broke. And that's what I did. I just decided I was not going to let that define who I was.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be able to function as a person. As a person, no. I could go to one appointment and then I would retire for the rest of the day. So I decided to have a goal, and this was my goal, is to write a book. I'd never written a full book, and I said, if I can write the book, I'm going to overcome reading at a 7th grade level.
So how many codes are there for being a samurai?
There's 7.
7. And let's start, let me ask you this one. Tell me about the code of honor. Explain that one to me.
The code of honor was the honor code that the samurai lived by, and they were willing to die rather than break the code or dishonor their lord. And the 7 principles are courage, integrity, benevolence, respect, honesty, honor, and loyalty. And they all work together because you cannot have one without the other. You cannot have integrity without being courageous. And so they all work together, and that's what I wrote about in my book.
How do you use honor in an everyday world, in today's world?
Well, honor is your reputation, your good name, because what do you have if you don't have a good reputation?
Sure.
A person could have all the money in the world, but if they're not well thought of, or they don't have that good reputation, or they are not congruent with the code of honor, then what good is whatever fame and fortune a person has?
Courage.
Right, courage. Courage is facing danger, but not we don't say it's not being reckless, it's not being negligent, but it's weighing the risk and going ahead with that courage, knowing that what you do is going to be for the better, for good for most of people.
Would you say that you use courage to help you get over the fact that you had traumatic brain injury and the courage to move forward?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There were days when I wanted to quit.
Sure.
Because it was hard, it was difficult. I went to thousands of appointments to get better: speech pathology, physical therapy, physiatrists, all of this. And had I stopped, I wouldn't have made progress. So I just, grin and bear it, and I just did it, and I just kept going, and I still go. I do Elevate almost every day and do brain exercises to keep my brain flexible and getting those neural pathways developed.
You also highlight some people who use the code to be successful.
Yes.
Tell me about one of your favorites.
Okay, well, the person that really inspired me was Chiune Sugihara, and he was born January 1st, 1900, right at the turn of the century. He became a diplomat from Japan to Lithuania, knowing that it was a hard time. And there were Polish and Lithuanian Jews that came to his consul office because they knew that he would write the transit visas against the government of Japan. So he was risking everything, his life, his career, and even his family. And he was imprisoned, and he lost his job, but he had to do the right thing. That was what he said: do the right thing in everything you do.
So would that be honor then?
Well, it's everything. Everything, but especially courage, because he was samurai also, and to disobey your government and your lord is not is not a good thing, but he said it's more important to save lives than to obey my government.
Another code is integrity.
Integrity.
That's a big one. We really need that right now.
Yes, we do. And I wrote about Michi Weglin in this, and she was in one of those camps back in the World War II, and she did not understand the legality, so she went to research and spent a long time to write a book so that she could show that what the Japanese Americans being incarcerated, that it was
unlawfully.
Yes, unlawfully, and she wanted to bring back the honor to these people because the Issei, my grandparents, it was shameful because they were put behind bars.
Everything was taken from them.
Yes, everything was taken from them. They were accused of things that they didn't do, but in spite of that, they went on with integrity, and they did finally get their rights back to be able to vote and to become citizens.
Yes. And how are you doing now?
Oh, I'm much improved.
Good.
Yes, I am. I'm so excited because I wrote the book to overcome traumatic brain injury, and then I was so honored and actually thrilled that Tuttle Publishing wanted to take the book, and I signed a contract, and it's coming out March 20th.
Yeah.
We're going to Japan to promote the book, and
fantastic.
And here on the West Coast.
Well, we want to tell folks the book again is called Let the Samurai Be Your Guide. We'll put all that information, including about an event in March, as you just mentioned. We'll put all of that on our website at KATU.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next on AM Northwest, you got a big game party planned? See how to make it simple and easy. Stay with us.